Dun, 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 dun. Tonight on the SG show. Stopping in and say hello. I mean, it's really bad weather out there. It's crazy. I don't know if anybody is having the same weather. But it's really bad out there. It's insane. Remember. Yeah, I do want to say about that whole Nepatrish thing with, the money. The point was I, I told her I didn't want it. I mean, first of all, it wasn't 175, and second of all, the lady threw me under, like out there. I hadn't done anything to her. There was no question of my integrity. There wasn't any. Uh, she had just lent me the money on February 10th, and I mean, what's it been, like almost a year? And it hasn't even been a year. Like, it's been pretty much basically the whole time. I think there was just like, what, 17 days before she was fucking slamming me on it. Hi, Tanger. Wow, I can't believe you're up. So, nowhere on that $75 one does it say that it's a loan or anything. And it was on the phone, not Patricia. I'm not a liar. I'm sick of you saying that I'm a liar. I'm sick of you talking shit about me. I mean, literally, you know, the reason why you reached out to me in the first place was to apologize for trying to cause some kind of bullshit, like between Sharon and I, something to do with the flowers and out of season. I must have been lying. Lying? Yeah, I was lying. I didn't even say like what that it was a current video. I forgot I had it and uploaded it. So I guess for you that was something to like try to cause some kind of strife in my life, as if I didn't have enough, as if everybody doesn't have enough. Yeah, Patricia, seriously, I know, Sandra. You know, it's just sickening. And then that Tish TV going, everybody take a picture with their daughter. These people, they need to stop pretending that they're, you know, good people at all. And Karen F., I noticed that you decided to respond to where all I said was simply, why does it bother you that he was talking about you, but not about the dog or about anybody else that he slams about Eddie? And then that stupid bitch that, fucking calls the cops on her friends at gas stations or whatever, um, says, shut up, you stupid bitch, you're so selfish. Like, was I talking to you, Skank, Carrie Amby? So Karen F decides to write a book about me again in comments on my page. Like, who the fuck are you lecturing? Serious, lady. You act like there's not screenshots of you everywhere being a fucking douchebag to me for the last couple of years. Just leave me the fuck alone. Don't talk about me. Like, shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's real simple. So how are you doing today, Tanger? How's your weather there? Thank you. You're right about that. But I do like to address something. See, I thought you didn't like drama. I'm surprised that you have that short up of like scuzzy scuzzies and blaming Ellen. Ellen didn't do anything. I don't know. I think people do really like drama, even though they say they don't. It's really kind of annoying me that Janelle hasn't been called a racist at all. I mean, um, I've been called a racist. Lou has been called a racist. Bobbles hasn't been called a racist. KFC. Um, and those like really are the racists. Nitty hasn't. I mean, like, come on. Tish hasn't. Those are the racists. It's crazy to me. Currently wants uh, what's her name there to strike No BS's channel because verbatim she's saying what. So you think it's wrong what Janelle said and should be struck, or you just think that somebody is letting people know what was said crudely because you're an anti-Semite? Hi, Chow Chow. Hi, Ellen. I didn't care for Sharon's community post saying I'm looking for my daughter in Kensington. I mean, get a clue. What the fuck? If it's a fucking Hitler tattoo, absolutely. That you're all proud of too. Yeah, I know. I don't know why she's fucking start. That's a weird thing for her to be starting on you like that. Very strange. Yeah, absolutely. Heil Hitler and a Hitler mustache, and she uses them to trigger Jewish people. Her own words. I thought it was really interesting now that her having that kind of mindset coming from Battle Creek, Michigan, because that's where they were practicing eugenics, which was, and I found it really weird that the asylum there. Now, that Kellogg guy, did he have something to do with the cereal? I mean, that's crazy to think about, like, that we're, Kellogg's and cereal, and like, wow, the guy was like, because when people, this is, because she's, um, you know, roundabouts there, Battle Creek, Michigan, there. Says when people think of eugenics, what most often comes to mind is Hitler's persecution of the Jews during World War II. But the American eugenics movement began before. Isn't that crazy? That asylum closed down in 1933, right at the start of World War II, where then they sold it to the Seventh Day Adventists, which is, that's her gig as well. I'd like to know what your gig is, prudently, that you think somebody should be struck because, they think it's kind of fucked up that somebody wants to trigger Jewish people, any Jewish people, with Hitler. I gotta wonder if, maybe there was a few Holocaust survivors around, if she'd be, you know, trying to trigger them with, like, what the fuck? Modern eugenics emerged in the 1880s with the goal of improving people's genetic characters by promoting reproduction by those with suitable characteristics and keeping those deemed unfit from reproducing, warning that the unfit would otherwise bring down the entire world. Now, what really kills me too is not only the Hitler tattoos, and Janelle, I really don't even like to fucking have to bring it up again, but um, it's annoying to me that I've seen you call people racist. I've seen your friends call people racist, but you literally, like, intentionally said, let's trigger this Jewish person with my tattoos. And so obviously that's your mindset. But the fact that you have this attitude and what recently has come to light, I mean, all your friends that say, Hitler tattoos are okay, they're going to say that's okay too. They really are. Um, but the constant harassment and derogatory comments coming from yourself, and like Courtney, I can't even believe you're gonna. I mean, seriously, and I'm not joining up with SB. I don't know why people think that. Especially after she put a fucking community post saying I'm looking for my daughter in Kensington. Like, what the fuck, man? I didn't think there was anything funny about it or nothing. Guys still with me? Sleeping? Hi, Sparkle. Thanks, Ellen. I want you to know, Janelle, that that guy that you admire and have tattoos about, yes, she did. And I think it actually is like a channel of some mother looking for their kid in Kensington. I don't know. I mean, if not, why the fuck would she add that caption to it? Like, what kind of shit, like, rumors do you want to keep spreading about people? Like, and if you don't have any, you just fucking make them up. And then all these fucking idiot people that, you know, want to run around with some fucking bullshit about SG. And I heard Ollie today talking about what happened with, her daughter and what Tom had done and reached out to her, daughter's job and all the harassment and that, so does anybody wonder why her daughter didn't talk to her for a while? But when it comes to SG's daughter, you're all going to sit there and say, you know, act like, oh, that's terrible. I can't believe somebody did that to your kid, Ollie. Yeah, it did. But in the meantime, they all sit there and talk about what went on with me and my kid, like as if it's a total different situation. Total different situation. I don't know who, Amy? I don't know. I have no clue. And Amy's going, people are assassinating my character. Well, who? I mean, I don't see you losing any of your support. Your support was totally different from Bob's support. So, what's the character that, what, that Bobo said you deleted a comment? That's your character? While you had hours live stream trying to convince people that an Armor All bottle was pills? Or that I go out late night into my parking lot, meaning, drug dealers? You want to talk about assassinating people's fucking characters? I mean, are you out of your fucking mind? while you sit there going to Ollie, oh my God, Tom's sick. That's so sick. And then at the same moment and same breath, they're all sitting there going, everything Crystal said about SG is totally true. Totally right. Really? Then why does she fucking delete her videos? Why is she private them? Because she knows they're fucking slander. That's why. And just like you, Ollie, the police said the same thing, that my daughter would have had to do it herself. And it probably would have been, taken more serious then, of course, But for you to have sat at times in your live stream, he sent letters to Ollie's daughter's work. And he admitted he did. And he still has videos up about Ollie and her daughter. What a sick fuck. What kind of a fucking 65-year-old man does that to some woman's daughter that he doesn't even know? See, now I know where Babos gets her fucking bad habits from. I mean, seriously, what kind of a fucking adult does that? And he goes, yeah, I did. Well. I mean, like, fucking really? I'm wondering if he did. He could have. Who knows? I mean, but for them to think, oh, it's possible, and so sorry, Ollie, but, everything this complete stranger says that I don't love my daughter because I refer to her as my kid. That's a Billy go. Everything Crystal said is true. Like, come on now. They can't believe for 1 minute that people are that stupid. Hi, Hannah Blessing. Oh, yeah, I remember him saying that. Mm-hmm. Telling you, they're all fucking sitting in there. And in the meantime, they're sitting in that same live stream with Munchie talking about how they have harassed people in my life. And I guess it's okay for when it's happening to me, but it's such a tragedy when it's happening to, Ollie, which it is. But they don't get to fucking say, oh, it's okay if it's somebody else it's happening to. Oh, okay, Kansas. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure to thumbs up. I mean, their double standards are ridiculous. Fucking prudently trying to get No BS's channel struck because she fucking puts exactly what they were saying. Thank you. Yeah, I did see that video that KFC made, and it's pretty ridiculous. I don't know why she's all of a sudden um, blaming you. But, hang on, blessing. Yep, not even in the making. It's all me. Um, but, oh yeah, Janelle had at a time put a comment saying she's putting all the pieces together, and she thinks it's weird that hi Kylesy. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I usually am. I'm pretty calm and collected. I'm no bobbles. But or any of the other screamers. But they shit. What the heck was I just gonna say, guys? Oh, that Janelle was putting the pieces together. It was odd that I hadn't mentioned what's up lately, even though he hadn't been around. So why would I have? So we must, be behind the scenes together. She's putting the pieces together. Like, well, you're gonna be pretty wrong there. because no, we don't talk behind the scenes. But Ellen, why KFC are you saying Ellen's the one who shared stuff out about? Does Ellen even have a channel? I'm thinking Janelle used to be a dancer too. Nothing wrong with that. But I mean, really, before you go around putting people down and slamming people and shit, I mean, let's remember you're not perfect either. And all that talk in that room and other rooms, SGs, take the tax paying citizens. She's living off the taxpayers and blah 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 blah. I'm willing to bet that some of your, or at least one, maybe of your 4 kids, the taxpayers have been taken care of. So sitting there knowing that and thinking at some point, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what? That is really bad for her to say that. Really fucking bad. And for her to share Scuzzy short on me? Like, yep, absolutely, and a blessing. I mean, you wonder what the list is going to look like next year? I mean, what the fuck? What is it that you don't understand, KFC? I don't dress up hot dogs. I'm not a danger to society. I'm not a danger to children. I didn't have a deceased. That's congratulations on that. That's awesome, Ellen. And what did Ellen ever do to you? Like, wait, you just decided to go after her for like no reason? Like for no reason at all? And let me just get this straight. Oh yeah. I don't understand why. I just don't even know where that came from. And as for having dick pics in their phone, do you really think Ellen needs to send them to Janelle? Do you? I mean, obviously she was a dancer at some point because she's got a boob job, just from my opinion. Not a very good one, but now, thank you and blessing. And it seems like, she's all mad at this Kenzie. Yeah, Kenzie's a dickhead. Kenzie's a dick. They've been a little troll going around all the time. Well, yeah, she did, but the fake boobs, that's usually a stripper move. I mean, I myself, I don't think I'd be like, oh, oh yeah, my body's pretty good after having 4 kids. I think I'd be more disturbed that, you know, what if your kid sees it? You know? I mean, that would be like, oh my God. That's, that's my mom there fingering herself. I mean, like, I'm not putting you down, but you have spent a good year. You wrote a nasty comment. You signed that petition. You've been talking smack about me for a good long time. With all this, this is the, I mean, I'm not putting it out. This can be you. I don't care if you drink. I don't care if you smoke pot. I don't care what you do. But you made it like your, mission to be slamming on me. And then once again, there you were in your chat tonight telling people I said Mary was R-A-P-E. I never said that. But just because, Truly was in there. Saying what? Out loud. I mean, is she really living in her car? Why is she living in her car? Oh, yeah, she was. Maybe she put tape over her mouth because she's trying to give her mom a hint for what she should do. You know? Yeah, but prudently holding her. Oh, and Kimberly comes out with, I know that there was, that Listen Linda thing going on, that video. But Kimberly, really? My sister that died, her name's Linda. The fuck are you calling me Linda for? Telling me, listen, Linda, you sat there on a panel with prudently dissing 3 people who had been kind to you. I mean, how could she live in her car? Why is she living in her car? I didn't get that. Why would her mother let her live in her car? She fucking have her come inside? I know it's cold. Like, sad. So, these eugenics that they were doing in Battle Creek, Michigan, they decided that the largest threat was feeble-minded individuals, which included those with low intelligence, immoral behavioral habits, mental health conditions, and more. And they were supposedly increasing in numbers rapidly, leading 12 states to pass sterilization laws. Yeah, she did. It's really like ice rain out there. Does anybody know is the Kellogg guy that was, I can't even believe they had conferences on race betterment. On race betterment in 1913. Here, in Michigan, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg was a leader of the eugenics movement, perceiving it as the only way to save society from disaster. To promote this, Kellogg organized the first national conference on race betterment. I gotta know. I mean, is that the guy? I should look it up. Related to the cereal? I mean, we're all fucking buying these anti-Semitic cereal. To promote this, Kellogg organized the first national conference on race betterment, held from January 8th to the 12th at the Battle Creek Sanitarium, which included more than 400 eugenics experts from across the country. That's so disturbing. Bill Gates, I don't know about that, uh, uh, but 1913, 400, and we were doing that here before they were doing that shit to, the Jews and Hitler. And here's another thing, Janelle. I don't know if you know this, but, your mixed kids that you have, Hitler would have killed them. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Hitler would have killed them. Did you know that, Janelle? Maybe when you were so bored, you should have read something in there about, this person you're never going to get removed. Yeah, how did your doctor's appointment go? It says, I mean, I can't even understand, like, how the fuck did the guy get away with it that much? So crazy. So crazy. I just want Janelle to realize that telling somebody, I can handle it, but it bothers me to think, you know, does she, try to trigger other Jewish people? Wait, thank you. Oh, then Sarah, gotcha. And Nitty and Tish and anybody else who seems to think that her Nazi tattoos are okay. They're not. For you to like justify them, they're not. And I don't even really dislike her or anything. I just think that was a really poor choice of things to say to, you know, let's really trigger her. Yeah. There's a lot. I was looking up you know, I looked up just one month, like September 23, 2023, 2023. Yeah, that's what you would think she would want to stand for. You would have think before she get, I mean, seriously, like, even people who were Jewish but changed their religion just for any, like, maybe they, not because of, you know, anything like that, but they just did. But, well, I mean, I didn't, I just, do you think that, like, society, like, figure it out for her, you know? But there's a real lot of, officer involved shootings, like, that they just go uninvestigated pretty much. Says, okay, September 29th, 2023, Indianapolis. Three Indianapolis police officers were named Friday as being part of a police shooting a week ago outside of Lucas Oil Stadium. The officers and their time with Indianapolis were Officer Dalton, 5 years, blah, 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 blah. All have been placed on administrative leave and will have to await a review of their use of force until any criminal cases are resolved. Richtez Williams, 27, died in the shooting. A woman who IMPD has not publicly identified, was also shot. She was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but they have not said if her condition has changed. It's unknown if she's facing criminal charges. They went for a report of an armed robbery of a business, and they confirmed a robbery had happened and what type of a vehicle. A week later, IMPD has not said which business was involved. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you gotta reschedule. That's bullshit. They're not looking for additional suspects in the robbery. So they're not going to say what business was involved. Unbelievable. IMPD special weapon. So they know that a week later, that no, they don't say which business was involved. They can't tell us the woman's fucking health status a week later. IMPD Special Weapons and Tactics Team and a group of detectives assigned to covert robbery found the vehicle in the 600 block of Missouri Street, just west of Lucas Oil Stadium. They tried to do a pursuit prevention technique, IMPD said in the news. I find that hard to believe. The woman was driving the vehicle, and Williams was the front seat passenger. As the police approached the vehicle, Williams began shooting, and the three officers returned fire. At 9:15 p.m., they reported a person had been shot just west. Police recovered a gun at the crime scene. No events were going on at the stadium when the shooting happened. That's bullshit. What a bullshit story. Multiple officers wore body cams, and a police car dash cam also recorded video. They said it generally takes a month or more before they release the video in an edited format. Ain't that some shit? And found a gun there. Look at this shit, man. Don't that sound fishy? They just figure, people will forget about them, and then that'll be it. And it probably will be. Yeah, right, Sparkle? That's some shit. Got another one here. All right. Columbus, Georgia, September 22nd, 2023. One man is dead following a shooting at a North Columbus hotel. According to the coroner, the victim has been identified as 22-year-old Oscar Maxwell. He died of multiple gunshots at 11 p.m. Bryan said the decedent had a warrant in Alabama for stealing firearms from another law enforcement agency. Muskogee County Sheriff's Office were made known of his whereabouts and sent to the Baymont Hotel on Whitesville Road to take custody. Officials say the decedent started firing at sheriff's deputies and they returned fire. Well, so did any of them get shot? Or in all these people who are like taking shots at them, none of them get injured? They just, I know some of them do when it really happens, but I'm just saying that, I'm not trying to sound any kind of way, but the gunfire from Maxwell struck parked vehicles and other occupied rooms, according to officials. They say no one is injured. The MSCO's Special Operations Unit returned fire at Maxwell until he stopped firing. Officials say the unit tried to make contact with Maxwell, but he didn't respond. A wireless robot was deployed in the hotel room and located Maxwell laying on the floor. The unit walked into the room to find him lying on the floor with an automatic weapon in his hand, and officials say he was surrounded by other loaded firearms in the room. One of the firearms was stolen. Well, what about the rest of them? Were they just bought illegally, so that's not a big deal? I mean, what the fuck? You know? And you know what? The story says, oh, okay, he died. At 9:09, this is some crazy shit. They said MSCO Special Operations Unit was given information on Maxwell's whereabouts, the Raymont Hotel, and they went to confirm the information. Upon arrival, the unit confirmed that Maxwell was staying at the hotel. Officials says the surveillance team spotted Maxwell on the upper floor of the hotel, walking into his room. Support units then arrived on the northwest side of the hotel. Officials say he walked out of his room and approached the support unit. The support unit identified themselves. They say Maxwell walked back into his hotel room and slammed the door. Bullshit. Bullshit. Why would he walk up to them? Oh, who are you? I mean, like, come on. The MSC operation. All right, hold on. They say they opened the door and was met with a volley of gunfire. Officials say Maxwell was holding two weapons, one in each hand. They say there was a brief pause, and the unit gave Maxwell. No, they go. The unit returned gunfire. They say there was a brief pause, and the unit gave Maxwell verbal commands. They say Maxwell unloaded a second volley of gunfire at the unit. Bullshit. Fuckers are just like elaborating their stories, in my opinion, to make the shit look like, oh, that will go in and spread a couple of guns around him. And I'm sorry, after I was doing all that research on officer involved shootings, I mean, these fuckers could have like a personal vendetta against, and here's another thing. Why the fuck, because I come up with a theory about Mary, does that mean you fuckers get to keep running around saying I said she got RAPE? And I am, Prudently, I think it was Prudently who wrote in the room, SG is Satan. Like, go fuck yourself, you fucking fat bitch. Don't even mean to say that, but I know you are because your feet are numb because of carrying your weight. That's just what, you told me. I'm not trying to be any kind of way, Prudently, but who the fuck are you calling Satan? And random person, I saw that you wrote somewhere, and I got the screenshot, saying you got your phone in your hand, your other phone in your hand, and you're calling a well-being check on me. While you were sitting in, like, Mary's chat, where she was probably hammered. Then you got fucking Prudently talking about my daughter in there. I mean, what the fuck? And that was 3 months ago. That was after you got your money, okay, lady? So, Nepatricia, when you keep running around saying, I didn't shut up, I have your text messages. Yeah, not all of us sacrifice a human being and douse ourselves in their blood, thinking it washes us of our sins. But I mean, Brooklyn, you gotta be one of the fucking biggest sinners I've ever seen. Janelle, for you to lay there and not lay there, but you said laying on your deathbed, you think laying on your deathbed, you can ask for forgiveness and be forgiven? That's some fucking bullshit. That's not you don't get like a fucking last chance Hail Mary going on. No, you don't. That's a fallacy evil people tell you to make you think you can keep being a fucking asshole. You know, go to your Aryan church and yeah, I'm sorry if you think that I'm wrong, but really, I'm gonna read you guys a story. It's nothing that's uplifting. It is not uplifting, okay? Okay, it does, but this is not. This is a story. Sandor Adler was born in Romania in 1929. And you know what? That phrase, tink tink, oh my God, I can't believe that person uses it all the time. I didn't know that's what it meant, but wow, that's pretty bad. Funny how a black guy can get away with using it. And that's what people like acknowledge it with. Oh, that's from Cat Williams. Oh, okay. Racist Cat Williams, right? Adler and his family lived in relative peace in Romania until 1940, when Hungary when Hungary began occupying the region in which Adler's family lived. Once it was occupied, all of the city's Jews were rounded up and placed into a ghetto in April 1944. Nitty, did you know that? Did you know that the Jews were the first ones in the ghetto? Forcibly. Forcibly. From there, the 14-year-old was transported with his family by cattle train to Auschwitz. There, the men and women were immediately separated into lines by the German soldiers to be put into the gas chambers. Adler lost his mother and sister, but he remained with his father. Him and his father were then forced into a gas chamber. However, it miraculously malfunctioned. But it didn't bother Siemens any, you know, they're a multi-million dollar company. In fact, that was the name on the PET scan machine. Siemens. I needed the scan, but I thought to myself, oh my God, I wonder if they did experiments. Like, damn. So it malfunctioned. So then they were transported with hundreds of others to Oberwestergersdorf, Germany, to be placed into a work camp there, which I think is pretty much like the privately owned prisons now, in my opinion. There, Adler and his father worked by unloading sand, cement, and railroad supplies at the railroad track. Imagine that. They're fucking sitting there making them build the railroads that's bringing them all there. One day, while unloading railroad tracks, Adler's father severely injured his leg, making him unable to work. Afterward, Adler's father was dragged off by German soldiers, and he never saw his father again. In January 1945, upon hearing the news that the Allies were closing in on the area, the German officers were forced all prisoners to march. Yes, I'm going to get too late to where I'm going to get to. Now, I'm sorry if any of this is disturbing to people, but her saying "let's trigger her" with my Hitler tattoos, and then me being called a racist, is really fucked up. While you're sitting in Bobbles, who's friends with LLL, Janelle, who's the person who said, you can't mix with your own kind. You can't stay with your own kind. It wasn't Lou who said that. It was your buddy, Live, Laugh, Love, that you rub shoulders with in Bobbles. So, yeah, they are. They're terrible. They're terrible. So, now, Janelle, I don't know if you ever actually did any research, or do you even know who Hitler is? I mean, do you know who he is? Crazy. Okay, so his father was pulled away, and upon hearing the news the Allies were closing in, the German officers forced all the prisoners to march. During this very chaotic period, Adler was forced to move from camp to camp. On one death march in 1945, the German officers heard word that American troops were on the road, and they fled, leaving the prisoners behind in the German farmland. But there's more to that story. Adler and 56 others sought refuge at a nearby farm, but Adler was so malnourished at this point that he could no longer hold in any food. Unfortunately, the SS officers soon returned. So there was no American soldiers coming. Ain't that some fucked up shit? Ain't that some fucked up shit? There was no American soldiers coming. And they returned to the area, and they rounded up the surviving prisoners there and shot them. Adler was one of the only few in the group to flee death. He escaped to a nearby German city where he was placed into a Catholic hospital for medical care. Now, we might think that's nice and everything, right? Here's the creepiest thing. Adler's stomach was operated on, unbeknownst to him, by a former high-ranking Nazi doctor. So this Nazi doctor is working for the Catholic Church. He was born September 9th, 1929, to Isaac and Esther Adler. His sister Fanny was 2 years younger. Isaac, his father, had a horse-drawn coach transport business. My father's family lived within walking distance. My grandmother, Gisa Weissel Adler, my grandfather, my father's sister, and two brothers lived there. My grandmother and Ellie Whistler's father were sister and brother, and sometimes my uncle would take me to the beach. My mother was a country girl and was born, in the country. They were the only Jewish family in that country. I think she had a brother and two sisters. They were very well to do and had a grocery store and a bar for dancing, a big hall, and the whole county come there every weekend, and I was watching them dancing in the summer when school was out. Now, this is before the war, Janelle. I hope you're fucking listening. We lived on the outskirts of the city. It was a very nice single house, and the neighbors were all Gentile, and they got along fine. Okay? So the neighbors were not Jewish, but they all got along fine. And his family owned somewhere that they all danced and stuff. I had a childhood, whatever it was, and I'm happy, whatever it was. It was not bad. School was mandatory in Romania. Everybody had to go for 4 years, so I went to public school in Romania. In 1940, when the war started, now mind you, it actually had been going on since 1933, but they were in a small place. They probably didn't know. Hungary took away the state, Maramos, whatever. It was a very rich state. It had agriculture and lots of lumber. Then I went to Hungarian school. Of course, it's different. They changed my name from Alexander to Sandor. They had different teachers, Hungarian, and we had to start learning Hungarian. It's okay, Kyle. In 1942, they didn't let the Jews go to school anymore. I was a kid and went to synagogue whenever they took me, but did not have my bar mitzvah in 1942. We were not experiencing any problems. I didn't have any experience of anti-Semitism. I did not know anything about it, even after the Hungarians came. Now, it's weird that he doesn't say the Nazis. That's so weird. I'm going to research that. Like, so what? Just other countries were just doing their fucking bidding and shit? We really didn't know what was going on in the war until April 1945, when we saw American and British planes flying like birds to the Russian front. 1945. Man, they fucking sat there. Well, not Britain. They were fighting all along. But, yeah, wow. Thousands of them passed by us. Then the regular German army came and stayed. Oh, nice. In our city until they left for the Russian front. So each house had to take in German soldiers. God. At my house, the four of us stayed in our bedroom, and the rest of the house was for the German army. There were two soldiers, so there was only two, but they took over the rest of the house. But they were very nice. Isn't that crazy? One day, it must have been in May, the Hungarian gendarmes, I don't know what that is, came to the house and said, Janelle, you fucking listening? All proud of your fucking Hitler tattoos? You've got 15 minutes. I want you to fucking imagine that, because I want you to know that your mixed kids would have been killed, okay? You have got 15 minutes to take whatever you can wear and get out of the house. Nitty, you got more than 15 minutes when they were kicking you out of the Campbell building, where you shouldn't have been anyway. This was their people's house, man, where they had like kosher kitchens, but then they had to shit and eat out of the same bowl. You have 15 minutes to take whatever you can wear and get out of the house. Know why? They didn't say anything. I just took what I had on. That's it. I also had rabbits and pigeons, and when they told us to get out, I went to our shack and I opened up the rabbits' cages and said, guys, get out. They looked at me and didn't want to go. I said, "Get out. You are free. You are free. Go wherever you want." And that's it. And then I left them there with the door open. That was pretty sad for me. Then they took us to a ghetto, not far, walking distance. We had one house, which happened to be where my grandmother lived and where some relatives lived. We couldn't go out. No barbed wire, but there were the Hungarian gendarmes. So that must be some kind of soldiers or something. They were very nasty, sometimes worse than the SS. We didn't stay long in the ghetto, maybe a month at the most. Then they took us out from the ghetto and they took us to the big temple, also walking distance. The gendarmes took away from the women. See, look what happens when they got out of the ghetto, Nitty. The gendarmes took away from the women their rings, every gold, every jewelry they had, and the men, whatever they had valuable, they took away. There were quite a few thousand people, I guess. After the war, I learned this was the second shipment from my town. We waited there until the train was ready. They marched us to the train, and we all went into one car, one boxcar. We went in, all of the family, my grandmother, my aunt, my parents, and my sister. But my two uncles were in the Hungarian brigade on the front, so they were not with us. So they had them fighting for Hungary in the war while the fucking unbelievable. The Hungarian it says my grandfather was already old, so they did not take him. They killed him after we left. You still want to run around triggering people with your fucking skanky ass tattoos? Bye, Ellen. Have a great night. We went into the train and they closed the train. The Hungarians took us as far as the border line. And it really fucking pisses me off. Ellen's fucking, not Ellen, sorry. Not Ellen's attitude. Tisha's fucking attitude towards me while she screams out the N word like she fucking owns it. Calls everybody white trash passive aggressively. Buddies Up doesn't have a problem. Not a fucking problem with Janelle's Nazi tattoos. The bitch puts on her fucking community post, everybody take pictures with their daughters. You know what? You come straight from fucking hell, and I don't care what fucking color you are. You come straight from fucking hell. You really fucking do. Straight out of hell. Devil isn't racist. Fucking bitch, man. They'd all turn their fucking heads if fucking they all marched in taking people again. The Hungarians, we went to the train and they closed it. The Hungarians took us as far as the borderline, probably to Germany. And then the SS and the German guards took over the whole train. We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know why they took us. And everybody's asking, why, why? There was no answer. This is it. Fucking cunt getting fucking Hitler shit tattooed on your body, fingering yourself, your fucking mother popping out 4 kids that you don't even fucking pay for. Prudently, you got the fucking nerve to say strike no BS because she doesn't like that you're a fucking anti-Semite. Bitch. Then you got these fucking black people who want to be all pissed off about their shit while they fucking don't mind that some bitch has fucking Hitler tattoos on. Mind you, a dirty bitch. A dirty bitch with a bad boob job talking down to me and my friends. A dirty bitch who doesn't have enough confidence in herself and feels her only attribute is her pussy. I'll just use my pussy. That way I don't have to pay taxes and, I get bored, I'll get a couple of tattoos. And you think I don't know that when you keep saying you're so Blaze, you're trying to, like, make fun of Debbie? But you really are Blaze. And I don't give a fuck. If I hear one more motherfucker stick up for these fuckers saying they're sober, that are drinking and smoking weed, shut the fuck up. Why does she not talk about going to AA meetings? Why don't they go to AA meetings? I don't understand. Oh, did the government just make, some other drug they have to be dependent on? I mean, for like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, their whole fucking life, which taxpayers also pay for, while I got to listen to a bunch of lowlifes say, not a bunch of lowlifes, I'm talking about a lowlife like that. I can't even imagine that it didn't cross your fucking mind when you're bitching about the fact that it's still up there and they sold your pictures, that you're raising a kid. 4 of them. But I guess, hey, who cares? Hey, taxpayers take care of that. While you sat there consistently hosting live streams where that piece of shit What's Up kept saying I was living off the taxpayers, while you had made 4 people living off taxpayers. But my disability comes from me working and paying taxes. And prudently, you fucking skank, you call me a fucking scammer. You fucking do anything to me, motherfucker. I swear to God, I will post your pic on every tree and every telephone pole in your little town. You know where it is, right? So that everyone will see what your kid's mother, you, spends time doing online and what a fucking anti-Semite you are. Do the Jews in your town know you're an anti-Semite, prudently? Can you imagine telling somebody to strike somebody because they didn't take kindly to your fucking anti-Semitism friend? Holy fuck, prudently. You're a dirtbag thinking that you're fucking in God's eyes in favor. You are not. Neither are you, Nepature. Stop fooling yourself. I told you. And you said it yourself. I know it seems like I'm meddling. You were fucking meddling. That woman did not deserve shit. Right? And they're all supporting her, too. Chemist Jazz loves throwing money at Nazis. I want to know, why do they all just automatically believe that these people are not using? No, I didn't finish it. You want to? I will. I cannot tell you how long it took, but we were going many, many days. A long ride. The train stopped to take out the waste buckets, but there was no food. Nothing. Janelle, do you know that people's babies died in their arms on those trains? Packed in like cattle, pissing in buckets with no food, and their babies dying in their arms. And they didn't know where they were going. But they had regular good lives before that. You fucking bitch. How fucking dare you sit there? And fucking prudently, you fucking pig. Then the train stopped right in front of the gate to Auschwitz. They came and hollered, "Get out, get out. Leave everything there. Don't take anything with you." There was a lot of commotion. There was a lot of noise. And we were scared. We were kids. We didn't know what happened. It was terrible. Terrible. My aunt, my father's sister, had a crippled leg and she was limping. So I helped her to get out of the train and she said to me, "I know you are strong and you are the oldest of the children and I know that you are going to survive." Then she told me that they dug holes. I don't know if he ever found them, I wonder. That they dug big holes behind the stove in my grandmother's house and they put jewelry, gold, their money in there and they covered it. And she told me where it is. When you get out from here, you go home and you dig and you will see the whole thing is there. That's all she said. Then they separated the women and the children. And that is the last time I saw my sister, my mother, my aunt, my grandmother. You want to trigger him, Janelle? You want to trigger him? You want to hold up your Hitler tattoo to him? I was pretty strong, so I went by. Hey, maybe you could hold up your Hitler tattoo to the people of mixed race that lost their families, right? But you could brag that because it's not that time anymore, that you feel safe to tattoo that shit on you because your kids aren't in danger. Who gives a fuck if their relatives got killed? Who gives a fuck? You know, most people don't get tattoos because they're bored. People work out in prison or they read or wherever the fuck you were for not paying child support while the taxpayers paid for your kid. God forbid, right? Have you ever, like, other than the last couple of weeks that you worked at that place, what happened? Did you send nudies to somebody you worked with or something? I mean, I'm not trying to be any kind of way with you, Janelle. Watching those people give cash apps to her and Bobbles, and they are two motherfucking racist. I don't care. I'm not saying give them to me. I'm saying how do you fuckers know that she's really not still doing drugs and that she's not gonna OD? Do you know that for sure? Is she gonna pay some of that child support back that she owes out of that money? Like this child support now? Hey, Prue, you know how you want to call disability and have everybody call disability on me? Hey, everybody, make sure that everybody knows that now Janelle can make up for the child support that she didn't pay. Right? You gonna give that money to your kid? Or are you gonna go buying some fucking makeup or some bras or some pot? Why don't you get a fucking apartment and provide for your kid? I can't believe that fucking thing sat there calling me it and Meth G and a PEDF. That thing fucking diddling herself on fucking social media, knowing she's got fucking kids. Nasty. Nasty. And they all sit there going, "Hey, you know, a buck's a buck. There's a lot of money." Hey, you know what? People's self-respect should be priceless. Hi, Maureen. But when you're like condoning a person who killed millions, like she's also spitting in the face of, she's Heil Hitlering while she lives in America, and American soldiers died in World War II. Hey, anybody who was giving her super chats, did any of your family fight in World War II? Do you know that Janelle loves the guy that they had to go to war against? Did you know that? You guys all want to keep giving money to an anti-patriotic person like that? Anti-patriot? Do you? Anti-American? She loves the fucking guy. Yeah, more than 6 million Jews is what died. But there was actually, they say, like with the soldiers and everything across the world, 51 million. Now, so if anybody lost their family member in World War II, I want you to know that Janelle idolizes the guy that they had to go against, okay? Keep throwing your fucking money at a Nazi, and Prudently loves him too. She loves him too. She doesn't think messages should be out there against the anti-Semitism. She thinks that, but hey, your bright idea of calling disability just gave me a great idea of calling Child Support Enforcement Agency for Janelle. She owes, right? Absolutely. Yeah, we could show all those nice cash apps she got. Those super chats. Yeah. Child support. Because, us taxpayers, we've been fucking paying for your kids for a while. Bunch of dirtbags thinking they're going to run around calling me shit. You actually got a tone in your voice, speaking of Tanger, like you were better than her. The likes of you, some anti-American, Hitler-loving little bitch that doesn't care about the people who fought against in that war and lost their lives. You people want to keep donating to a woman who doesn't give a fuck if your relatives died while fighting Hitler? Because she loves him. She wants to Heil Hitler him. She wants to put her little finger mustache up and trigger people. You know what, bitch? I'm going to make sure you realize that you don't only trigger Jews when it comes to Hitler. You fucking little ignorant bitch, diddling yourself on social media, being the fucking mother of 4. You fucking lowlife. And still not providing a home for them. So all that fucking you did 8 years ago, and you're living in your car. All that fucking you did, huh? All that money the taxpayers paid to take care of your kid, and you think you're gonna fucking talk about triggering people with your love of fucking Hitler? You little fucking anti-Semite? Is that what you think with the bad boob job? That is a fucking nasty boob job. Nasty. And your body don't look better than anybody else's, and your boobs are fake. So, yeah, okay. I better not see you buying yourself all kinds of fucking... You better be paying your fucking child support off and getting a fucking apartment for your kid and trying to give a consistent background for your kid. Because all that mouth running turns out you're a... I mean, we knew you were anyway, but still. Courtney telling Tish, we got you. We got you. And then Janelle puts a comment, yeah, maybe I should take a trip to Massachusetts and visit Courtney, and whatever else happens, I will fucking lay you two out. You know why? Because you're dirtbags. You'd be too fucking high to do anything. You're dirtbags. Hey, I think it's cool that e-beggars is like, saying, no, the world loves yellow teeth. Look how cute you look. You match right up with that. He knows that's not true. Everybody knows. I don't think that, you know what? You're gonna fucking bitch saying, did you talk about my dead mother? You think you're gonna fucking keep supporting Babos having that? Hey, Kimberly, how come you didn't return my money? How come you let Prudently talk smack about Tanger and she was so generous to you? Hi, DJ Fruit Lips. Hmm? How come you referred to me as my dead sister? Kimberly? Prudently, how come you sat in a chat room where somebody was saying my dead sister was a junkie and died in a puddle of urine on a bathroom floor? That's not true. Prudently, you don't know right from wrong? You're the fucking devil. Prudently, not me. Then they separated the women and the children, and that is the last time I saw my sister, my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother. What do you care, Janelle, huh? What do you give a fuck? As long as you can diddle yourself on social media and make a couple of bucks off it, you're all right, right? You got the taxpayers to take care of, your kids, your Suboxone. You may as well just spend all your money at Ulta. You're a fucking 40-year-old woman who doesn't know how to fucking budget and take care of her own kids. And you sat there putting me down. Hey, Prudently, aren't you Italian? I know there was a lot of soldiers that were Italian in World War II. In fact, they sent them to fight their own relatives. The Italians would go and they'd be fighting against Italy, but there are Italians that were here. It was a real problem. It was a real problem. They practically did it on purpose, because how fucking powers that be are. So I'm wondering, any of those relatives fight in World War II? And do they know that you're fine and dandy with the guy that they were fighting against? They know that? I can't wait till Izzy gets revealed in her fucking town. Because I know in Scotland they got these tiny villages. Man, when they all hear that that fucking bitch has been sitting in her house bullying people online and trying to like harass a stage 4, cancer patient till they, because I thought about putting up my medication and stuff. They all know it is, but you know what they'll do? They'll research it so they can tell me how it's not going to work. But Janelle thinks she's going to be offended by a theory, just a theory. Because I hate to tell you, Janelle, you need a man and a woman to have a baby. I'm sorry, you guys. It's the truth. It's the truth. It is. I'm sorry. That's the truth. Whether it was RAPE or just, they did it and she got knocked up. I'm telling you now, scientifically, unless you're going to show me an actual proven case where a lady can get pregnant without a man, you know what I mean, other than like artificial insemination, you're not going to sit there and talk some bullshit about me while you got Nazi tattoos on and you're diddling yourself as a mother of four online social media and keep using your fucking junkiness for your excuse while you think drinking means you're sober. Swiss Miss, look, it worked out the best for you being a Nazi whore, negligent mother who never took care of her kids, who spends all her money on Ulta. More Ulta money. That's the problem with society. Baba screams the N-word out. They're saying nobody should sugarcoat it. I say the N-word, and some bitch comes up on a panel, screams it out, fucking at least 10 times like she owns the word. Because they think they get to throw it around, but get pissed off if a white person uses the word. You don't get to do that. That word shouldn't be used at all. Okay? You're not going to sit there using it in your songs. You're not going to call each other that as terms of endearment. Nobody else does that. Chinese people don't walk up to each other going, hey, chink. I don't walk up to my friends going, hey, honky, or hey, kike. It doesn't happen, okay? That's eventually going to come to a halt. I mean, oh, wait, so it's a racist word if white people use it, but not if black people use it. No. The definition is still the fucking same, okay? It's racist to think you get to get away with that. Oh, well, if it's A or off, fuck you. While the bitch calls everybody white trash, then puts a post saying I'm a disability fraud and everybody take pictures with your daughter. Gee, I can't think why I possibly would have called you that word. Can't think why I would have. I mean, not to mention you threw the word conservative in front of it. And you know what? I think that's pretty stupid to use words like conservative and liberal to define political groups. I'm conservative, but I'm also liberal, but not as politics go. And my thoughts, like the fact that I won't diddle myself on social media, means I'm everything I complain about. Really, monster? Oh, come on and tell me. Tell me what you mean. Tell me what you mean. Well, if it's boring, then get the fuck out, bitch. Go hang with the Nazis, bitch. I'm sure they'll love you now. You won't be a chomo then. Argue with me and you won't be a chomo. They'll love you. Then you can be everything they accuse you of being and love it. I mean, you don't even fucking know me, bitch. And I fucking defended the shit out of you and took abuse for it. And you constantly have that attitude. Listen, lady, I'm sorry that your parents didn't pay attention to what the fuck you were doing. Not my problem. Get yourself some fucking help, okay? Had enough of you. It's too much work. Sitting here thinking you're going to come in and argue with me. about somebody with Hitler tattoos just because you want to be accepted by them at any way possible. You just keep trying to fight with SG and be accepted by them. Well, go right ahead. I mean, they're all supporting Bobbles. She's a big old Chomo supporter. And you know, I mean, really, go right ahead. I have no fucking sympathy for you anymore because you had none for me or compassion. None. None. You kept fucking throwing me in. Oh, Sharon, two peas in a pod. Hereditary, they're the same. No, we aren't the same. For you to come in here and thinking you're gonna fucking somehow, some way say, I like Nazis, I'm everything. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Go back to drinking. Maybe you'll be fucking happier. I mean, holy shit. Some people, when they stop drinking, they become like assholes and angry. Some people are angry drunks, and maybe they're happy sober people. Some people are happy drunks and angry sober people. You know? But you know what? It's not my fault that somewhere along the line, things got fucked up for you. But I'm not going to be the fucking brunt of your fucking anger monster because you are not supportive. You're just not, man. You ran around making videos and yelling at No BS when her dog was fucking, you know. The lady was like, that's her dog for 15 years, for 15 years. And you thought you should take precedence over her stress of it. You haven't fucking said shit. Like, why the fuck do you all keep harassing SG? It was me who said the shit to Bama. Why do you keep harassing? You know, no, nah. You just let me get the fuck harassed about because of you, basically, and other reasons. Of course, you're just an extra one, and that I don't need. What are you talking about, hidden blessings? That is a very confusing statement. Where does anyone? Aw, am I your best friend? Aw. Now we know Janelle probably wouldn't mind this. They took us into a big hall, took off all our clothes, but you know, a lot of people would find offense to that, Janelle. They'd be like, you know, too exposed because they respect themselves and stuff, you know. I'm just saying, sober is what sober is, and that's a fact. Look up the fucking definition. You don't get to change it. And any one of you who had relatives who were in World War II, and you want to sit there and support a woman who hails Hitler, you're fucking gross. And Swiss Miss, why couldn't you just be friends with Mr. Rourke? I don't know if you're behind in the audio. I'm lost right there. Make that choice. What choice? The Hitler stuff? What best friend stuff? What's the best friend stuff going on here? Best friends? What happened? Did somebody pick on us, Hidden Blessings? I was listening to some of my old videos, man. That fucking Bobbles. Yes, absolutely, Sparkle. Oh my god, you don't even know how many times. Oh no, that's Yoda talk right there. That's Yoda talk. Yoda. It's late. I know. And you know something, Janelle? I really don't care about your ad or if you drink or anything. The fact of the matter is, you think that because what's up isn't around anymore doing the PEDO thing. So basically, you're not doing it. That's the only reason. Why? You think I'm supposed to fall to my knees and be like, everybody look, Janelle's finally stopped smearing me after but you would literally pin it up there. Now you'll probably say, oh, well, I'll just do it again then. No, you know what you should have done? You should have never done it, first of fucking all, okay? Not all of us is dirty. Um, and then second of all, you need to fucking make a public apology to the fucking world. Hell, Hitler and Hitler. The fucking world hates Hitler. And all those fucking asswipes are enabling somebody who probably at the blink of an eye, I'm saying, here's the thing, not sober, okay? It's not a one-sided conversation. Here you are, Stephanie. What do you want? Nobody's blocked. They're not blocked. Why? What do you want to say? The floor is yours. You want to come up and talk? You want to be on the panel and talk and have an actual audio conversation? You want to tell me why you have so many stock accounts? Yeah. Do you know why? For a reason. Because you talk shit about me everywhere and think I'm fucking stupid. Being in chats telling people, you should get it all out. No, you need to get it all out. But then coming in here telling me I need to be more sensitive and not talk about a book that has nothing to do with anybody. I'm supposed to like be so sensitive. I'm not supposed to talk about a book. But in the meantime, you're going to tell racist Tish to get it all out, calling everybody, white trash and screaming out the N word that I did not say, but she has no problem tossing it around. And you don't mind Bobbles and anti Semitism. People are unblocked. I am reading your history. I know, right? Unblock everyone? That was not. Now new people will come. Spice things up for a bit? What are you fucking talking about? How come you won't answer the question? Why do you have so many fucking stock accounts? If somebody blocks you, it means basically they don't want you in their channel. I don't get it. Like, why do these people think they're supposed to force themselves down your throat or something? So you think these people here typing are fake? Well, that's fine. It's also a free country to kick people out. Yeah, I mean, like, really, like, are they all for me or what, Steph? Or are you just a fucking troll that runs around with a shitload of stock accounts? And you're like one of the people who sits there and thumbs up all their stupid videos about me, or thumbs up all their fucking nasty comments about me. You know, you got your 10 or 20 stock accounts. I mean, seriously. But if do you ever see me do that, what you're doing? Do you ever see me doing this? Well, I don't have six. I have two. Do you ever see me doing this? Like, you're not here to, like, join in the conversation or talk or anything. Why would you come in and say unblock people? Do you think, like, I'm missing the people I blocked? Like, do you really think I'm, like I couldn't unblock them if I missed them? What's wrong with you? You think I missed them, so I should unblock them? Or you make your stock accounts because you miss me? I mean, because why you would tell some woman screaming the N word out 10 times and calling everybody white trash and the suicide themselves, and you say, let it all out. See, you haven't answered one fucking question like a normal person. You're an idiot, Stephanie. That's why you're blocked. Because I think you're a fucking idiot. People go, she's nice. Yeah, nice if you're an idiot. My God. She's another one who was like, kids do stupid things. I don't know any kids that are, you know, you know, doing that kind of stuff. But because she, loved Pablo so much, and I mean, I have screenshots of Tiffany Dawson in there, just fucking slamming the fuck out of me. And for some reason, she thinks I'm like so desperate that I'd even take the likes of her. And apparently not listening, because I said my New Year's resolution was that people who are blocked will stay blocked. And certain people will stay blocked because they're just troublemaking fuckers like Swiss Miss, E-Beggars, CWC. That's it. Yeah. Blocked, blocked. That's it. Done. I'm not dealing with it anymore. They don't know how to, conduct themselves as decent people, but that's because they all love Hitler. They all hate their own country and love Hitler. And tonight, man, they were fucking so pleased with one of his biggest advocates. And it's so good, though, because that child support enforcement agency, at least they can get some of their money, right? We'll make a little call, Prue, just like you were telling everybody. Mm-hmm. Make a little call. Make sure they know that she's got some income coming in, that she can pay her child support that the taxpayers have paid. That's cool. Huh? No more just fucking and getting paid under the table. Can't believe a woman who could pay for a boob job couldn't pay her child support. A woman paying for Ulta can't save her money and get an apartment with her kid. I mean, what the fuck? And you know what? I wouldn't even be saying all this shit, but for the last almost a year, you've done nothing but call me fucking names. And you still think that because you stopped, just because he's not around anymore, that means, like, for some reason, that pedo shit that's still all sitting there in all your live streams where you pinned it and highlighted it in blue. I'm supposed to be like, hey, that's all right. That's no problem. You should be making a fucking public service announcement in all your live streams. What a fucking bitch you were to somebody you didn't even know. And to hear your fucking, like, tone of contempt towards Tanger, I mean, and fucking Kimberly, sitting there on a panel with somebody, putting down somebody who was so generous to you. If she'd have wanted her money back, would prudently have said that showed her true colors. I didn't get my money back. I got ignored and called my dead sister's name by Kimberly. Because she's such a, God-fearing person, too. She'd be loving on prudently. I mean, really? Like, really, like, what are you, humping her leg, Kimberly? Because that bitch talks to you like you're a piece of shit. She does. Talks like you're a piece of shit. Who the fuck says listen, Linda, to somebody who has a dead sister named Linda and they know it? Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, they do hidden blessings, and it's the people that I want in here. So that's it. Okay, so it says I was pretty strong, and so I went by my father, and they didn't ask me anything. They took us into a big hall, took off all our clothes, and we went right into where, Janelle? Where do you think they went? Right into the gas chamber. They told them they were going to take a shower. I did not know this. I did not know what was going on at Auschwitz. We did not know. And we went in, and they packed us in just like sardines, so tight. And we didn't know. It was supposed to be a shower, they said, and it never happened. For some reason, the doors opened, and they let us out. They right away gave us the striped uniform, the special uniform in concentration camps. And we went right away on the train and came into Oberwuster, whatever. That camp was made for the people that were on the transport. There were round huts made from cardboard or something that can stand the rain. And for each one, there was like 20 people. And on the floor was straw. And we slept on the floor. And then we just sat and waited. We didn't know what was going on. You want to go around triggering people? Man, you fucking dirty pig. Wow. Seriously? You better fucking apologize and get those fucking tattoos off, bitch. And don't be saying GoFundMe. They gave you enough money tonight to get them covered. Okay? Either that or I'm calling Child Support Enforcement Agency. And I fucking mean it. Because this Jews taxpayer money that's been supporting your fucking kids and any person whose grandparents fought in World War II against Hitler, so you could come along thinking you're gonna fucking Heil Hitler and trigger people. You fucking do. Fuck you. Yeah, it is. Hidden blessings. I doubt it too. That's probably something Dirty Prue told her to do. Dirty Prue. Then I'm gonna fucking print up that screenshot that Bobble sent me, the one, the camera flip of the lovely Prue catfish, and put all over her small town, on every tree and every telephone pole, exactly what you do. And I'm gonna have screenshots of you, what you say, and how gross you are about talking about can he find her clit and stuff. Does your husband and all your kids and all their friends, they know you do that on here? Do they know that you support anti-Semitism and that you try to harass a stage 4 cancer patient to death? No. Prudently does not look like her avatar, is what I'm saying. That's a bad boob job, but the fact that you didn't pay your fucking child support and you got that instead. Damn, man. And you've been fucking inside dirtbag insulting me. Unbelievable. Then they came and took 50 of us, including me and my father, to a sub camp in Germany, a working camp where we unloaded cement, sand, railroad tracks, reinforcing wires, making them fucking build their own concentration camps. And that's all we know. We found out later that the rest of the people were building a factory in the bunker in the mountains. They were building a factory in 1944, mind you, when they know the war is finished. Wow, interesting. So I know that Ford was a Nazi, so and they still ran their factories out of Germany then too. This kid's 14. We worked 7 days. So even as you see it, your kid still had it better than this Jewish kid that you were you're thrilled that this kid went through this 14-year-old kid, huh? But you're thrilled. You want to hail Hitler. We worked 7 days a week, May, June, July, August, September, October. We got food once a day. In the morning, it was just a little coffee like water. Outside, we grabbed another coffee hot, and that was it for breakfast. No lunch, no nothing. At night, they gave us a piece of bread and some kind of soup. That's the rations. Then we went back and we slept on the floor. In the morning, they called out Abendkommando, whatever, and that was us. And we walked out from the camp to the railroad. The guards were all German soldiers. Oh, but you're German. You got to have that Hitler tattoo on your finger, right? Because the railroad is pretty big. But outside the railroad, the guards were standing. There were 3 kids, 2 more brothers, and me. We were the youngest. I went to stand by the big train, and they put 50 kilos of cement on my back, and I walked to the warehouse and dropped it there. And then sometimes I walked and unloaded other stuff, wires for cement. I unloaded also sand. One day it was warm already, summer. A guy from Saget, who knows who we were, said, I think your father got hurt. My father was on the other end of the railroad, and I ran out, and I saw from far away they were bringing my father. I saw his leg was wrapped around with papers or whatever they had. There was no hospital in the camp, so they took him away from the camp. The foreman was German and didn't let me go to my father, and that's the last time I saw my father. You want to show this kid your Hitler tattoos? Huh? Maybe you want to embarrass your daughter and diddle on social media? Be very proud of it? I was alone, 14 maybe, going on 15. Day after day, doing the same thing. When the winter came, it was starting to get cold. They put together 2 big wood barracks for all of us. Prudently, you fucking sit there and support anti-Semitism again, motherfucking bitch. With wooden bunks, I was alone. There was nobody to take care of me. But I had my God, and he took care of me. Oh, but they all want to say they get sick when I talk about God. Because SG is Satan. And SG said Mary got... No, I didn't. What I said was, it's impossible to get pregnant without a man and a woman, and that's a fucking fact. Now listen to me, you fucking fake-titted junkie. And I'm going to call you that because I don't think you're clean. I'm sorry, I don't. I do not. You're drinking, you're smoking pot constantly, you're just compensating one addiction for another. That's not clean, okay? Start going to AA. They'll tell you. Because if you were clean, you wouldn't still be living in your car. You wouldn't still have your priorities fucked up and sending out news like selfies. And I have my guardian angel. That's what I believe. And I guess he pushed me. I saw many times he did what he needed to do. Just before they were talking about liquidating the Alvin Commando, they brought in the Polish Jews from the Lodzer, the ghetto. You know, Nitty? The ghetto. See, when people make it out of the ghetto now, it's on to bigger and better things. When they made it out of the ghetto then, they were dead. Now, I'm not saying people don't get shot, having a gunfight, with one drug dealer with another drug dealer because of his corner of the ghetto, because, they want to rule the ghetto. I'm saying back when the ghetto was actually, when it was named, it wasn't about, like, how you guys are, like, pop lock and, this is how it is in the ghetto, right? Well, you want to just keep trying to forget. You want to just keep pretending. You want to just really keep pretending. Well, it was actually people who had been forced out. Oh, and when Nitty's time, like now you would consider it a neighborhood. Then you didn't consider it a neighborhood. It was where they brought you to. It was coined, that because that's where they figured they were putting the lower class, the low, the worst of society. So that was, ghetto. And they didn't stay there long. It was just to pile them into a place real quick and then, transport them to the camps. There was no room for these people, so it was pretty crowded, and they were sleeping on the floors outside. And when all those people came, the SS came as guards, so of course they were shooting and killing because they didn't do what they wanted them to do. We started figuring out that they were going to liquidate the camp, and we were going on a train. But during the day, the American airplane bombed the train and knocked out the engine. They thought it was a trainload of soldiers because they saw the guard. So we ran out of the train and they collected us and we started walking. Oh, so that's why it was the Death March, because the nice Americans came along and bombed the train. Now I know why they call it the Death March. Whoever fell down, they stayed there. That's it. No food, no water, nothing. We were marching and we came into Buchenwald, which was in Germany. Buchenwald is another story. There was a big concentration camp. It was all SS there. They were shooting, killing, and hanging. I was a kid and I had no idea what's happening, where I am, what's going on. Now, I bet you he never thought about getting some kind of tattoo that would trigger somebody. I don't talk, I don't say anything. Because you were in jail, but see, your time there was to get worse. Like, you're a 40-year-old woman with thug life tattooed on your fucking fingers. Oh, yeah, you got a tattoo, yeah. So you have you had never had any kind of thought that you were going to do anything in your life, right? Because I'm sorry. Gang tattoos, thug life on your fingers. Who the fuck does that? I don't give a fuck if you're in prison. What kind of mindset? I remember people putting love and hate or Aussie on their knuckles. They probably regret it. But thug life? You're a fucking woman, man. Act like, uh, uh, I don't know, man. And then I'm watching all these people throw money at a Nazi whore, bad mother, and I'm like, what the fuck? Bad money budgeter. Then because of Prudently's mouth, all that money you made tonight is gonna go to, you know, Department of, Child Support, the DOC, because of Prudently, because of your good buddy. I think that's awesome, though, that's gonna at least go to your kid, right? I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna call, just like Prudently said to everybody, to call and report me to disability with her fucking lie. And I swear on the hair of all of her kids, it's a lie, okay? And I wouldn't want anything to happen to Prudently's kids. I'm not that fucking cruel. She's a lying skank, and you can thank Prudently that I'll be calling Michigan Child Support Enforcement Agency tomorrow and letting them know about your super chats, okay? Sorry, bitch. Too bad. You shouldn't have thought Hitler was so funny. Maybe you could call him. Maybe he can come help you out. Okay. We stayed there for a while until they liquidated that camp because the front was coming closer. They called out Jews on one side, and on the other side, the Aryan Gentiles, who were criminals, homosexuals, or people against the German government. Gee, so if anybody is a homosexual or no, well, all right. So they said, Jews, come on. So because they're totally worse than all of it. Uh, so I'm standing there, and I was the only kid. I'm looking around at hundreds of people standing in line. It's daylight, and it's already winter time, somewhere between December and January or February. He doesn't even know what day, what's. This is a little kid who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and this dirty pig is gonna fucking tattoo Hitler tattoos on it. Bitch, you're either using that fucking money to cover them up, or every dime you make on YouTube. And I promise you, I'll clock it all and I'll report it all to the Child Support Enforcement Agency. I'm standing there, and the camp commander, a big Nazi officer, came and grabbed me by my neck, kicked me in my behind, and said, Du bist kein. I don't know what that means. You are not a Jew. I didn't know what he was talking about, but there was a big pile of civilian clothes, and I went and I grabbed a big coat. There's nobody around there, just me and them standing there waiting to get out. Now, when the commander was not looking, they started walking out, the Jews first. When they started walking, I ran behind, and somehow I made it out of the camp. Maybe 1,000 people walking until we came until to another camp in Germany, Flossenburg. the factory where they made the German Messerschmitt fighter planes. No wonder they didn't want to fucking stop the war. It was just a big ol' moneymaker for them. There were so many people we did not go into the lager. I was in a huge hall with the body of the Messerschmitt, the body of the plane without wings. So I laid in the body, in the hole, and it was good until they came and said, "You got to go." No food, no nothing. I don't know how I did it, but I survived, I guess, somehow. And we were there for a while, and then they shipped us out from there again. Again, we could not take the train because the minute we were on the train, the Americans and the English bombed the train. Wow, what the fuck? I know, right, Sparkle? I doubt it was the fucking. I doubt it was the English. Unreal. And so after they collected us again, you know what? They were probably like, no, no, no. The Americans like, you got to do what we did to the Indians. You make them walk like the Trail of Tears, and they'll die eventually. No, really, trust us. And so after they collected us again, we started walking towards Theresienstadt. We walked during the night, during the day. We laid down and rested. We went by cities and barns, and we got us a little food from people. We marched like this for weeks. By that time, there were 52 or 53 of us left. And behind was going the 55, maybe 15 or 20 of them. They were running away too, and we were pushing their equipment in their wagon. We were in the woods, and a farmer came running up and told the SS that the American tanks are going on the road. So all the SS ran away, but they never came. It was fake. They're fucking the US, their ghost army with fucking blow up tanks. Did you know about that? Bunch of fucking blow up tanks. They came back and they shot them dead. Later on, they caught those two SS. We ran down to the farmhouse to get food. I ate, but the minute I took some, I'd throw up. I was already sick. I could not eat the food. Next day, two guys took me on a wagon into Cham, a small German town surrounded by farmland. They brought me to the hospital, Christ Krankenhaus, that was across from the biggest Catholic church in the city. Hey, that didn't get bombed, huh? And was run by nuns. That's because Pope Pius and them, they'd made a fucking deal with them that, you know, with the Nazis. They operated from the bottom to my belly button. They opened me up and they cut away my colon, and that was all wrong. I was lying on the bed. A nun opened my eyes to see if I'm alive. When she opened my eyes, I cried. I remember that. I was crying. I saw the doctor standing in front of me. He was a handsome man. He was about 6 foot something. He was, okay. They took me in a room, a very nice room, and it had a big statue of Jesus over me. He watched over me. Another sacrifice, Jew. And the Catholic nuns took care of me and got me where I am now. Every night the head nun came and was praying and reading the Bible, and she sprayed the holy water on me and made the sign of the cross. You know, I'm sure that even though it was comforting, which actually, getting the PET scan was like, okay, I want to get this PET scan, but seeing Siemens on the machine was like, oh my God. And that's probably how they felt when they would end up in these Catholic hospitals, with this shit. And of course, the Christian father, it was fine. It was good at that point. The doctor came every morning. My name is Adler. Adler in German is the big eagle, the black eagle, the bird. So he came in every morning and flapped his arms like eagle wings. How is the Adler doing? One morning I see the doctor didn't show up. 2 days, 3 days. So I asked the head nun, "Where's the doctor?" she said. They arrested the doctor. He was a big Nazi doctor. He was a big officer in the SS. He was a big, big rank doctor. So he had a cyanide capsule and he killed himself. He is not alive anymore. They would have killed him anyway. But he did a good job. I'm here. Isn't that weird? So he was like doing operations in the Catholic hospital while in his spare time he was doing experiments on the Jews. Isn't that fucked up? Yeah, like he killed himself, like he didn't get away. I was there in the hospital for almost a year until I started gaining weight and until I was able to get up or sit down. When I left there, I was hardly able to walk. Mind you, maybe I was 15 or 16 years at the time, and I walked with a cane. Now where did I go? There were no DP camps there, so I walked out, and they gave me a room in the German house as a boarder. I was with Abraham Feldman, who was also liberated. He was about 2 years older than me, but he was healthy. All the Germans got ration cards for bread, for clothes, for shoes, glasses, so I registered. They took me to the city hall and they took a picture of me. I got the Kennecart document like all the Germans. I got double coupons for everything because I was under 18. I didn't, I was there. They had to take care of me. I didn't do anything. I'm lucky I could get up and go outside. We had a lot of stuff that we used to get from the GIs, and we sold it to the Germans on the black market, so we had the money to go to town to buy something. I believe a year after that, the Polish Jews, who ran away to Russia when the war started in 1940, came to Germany to DP camps where I guess the German military had been. And there were schools, and they gave them food. They had everything there. The Joint Distribution Committee from the United States, the Joint, used to bring clothes. I lived in the town and had nothing to do with the camp, but about 200 Jewish people from Russia came to us in that little town, and they lived in a hotel that had housed American soldiers. The chef in the kitchen in the hotel came from Siget and was liberated with me, so I used to get some food there, and it was nice there. But otherwise, it was horrible. It was terrible. Nothing was moving, no trains, nothing. Everything was crumbled. So we lived there, and then we tried to go to Israel a few times. The older Polish Jews were Zionists, and they made it right away. All the young of us wanted to go to Israel. They called it Aliyah Bet. The transport there was organized. They had younger guys, and they were taking you on a bus and trucks to the border, to Marseille in the Mediterranean. But the English soldiers were watching, and they brought us back. And that's why it really fucking pisses me off. This constant harassment of Israel. Can't they just let these people be? Honest to God. Can't you just let them be? Why some bitch got a tattoo Hitler on herself? Just so sometime in life she might, take that finger when she's done diddling herself and put it under her nose to whiff her fucking salmon fucking smell and trigger a Jew and get double the pleasure. Am I right? Am I right? Lady who's going to be paying your child support, right? You're going to be paying your child support up, right? Because you know that this taxpayer and all the other taxpayers are done paying for your fucking 4 kids. Okay? That would be killed by the guy that you fucking worship. Okay? Prue gave me that idea. And mind you, I worked in a strip joint. You know what's really fucked up though is that Kimberly keeps just ignoring me when I'm like, okay, where's my $10 back? And instead, Prudently's running with, I'm a scammer. That fucking nasty ass Tish is saying, I'm a disability scammer. Let's all take pictures with our daughter because she comes straight from hell and speaks with the fucking devil's forked tongue. I saw fucking chemist Chaz implying I speak with a forked tongue because apparently, you know, I harass people's dead relatives, even though the bitch fucking funds that fucking Nazi loving, serial murder rearing bitch. CW says I'm a disappointment. CW is a disappointment. I went through a lot of fucking abuse for her, and I never saw her defending me. I just saw her coming in here bitching at me. That's fine, CW. Keep it up. They're gonna welcome you with open arms because you know they really don't have problems with chomos. They love Bibles. They don't. They really don't have problems with them. It was just that you you would come in here. I guarantee if they were accepting you in Prudently's devil study class, then they don't think you're a chomo, okay? It was just about me. It had nothing to do with you, Chicken Winner. Don't worry. As long as you go off on me, they will fucking love you. You can hand them over any 13-year-old girl you like. I promise you. All you gotta do is hate me. That's all you gotta do, Chicken Winner. Throw it all at me. I'll just shrug it off. See, you were kind of my beast of burden, kind of. So anyhow, in 1947 or 48, I went back to Saget from Cham. I was sleeping on the train, and the train didn't move. Maybe a couple of times a week, like hitchhiking with a train. Then all the borders were still open, so I was on the train from the American zone to the Russian zone, which was Czechoslovakia already. Thank God for Russia and Britain. The train came into Czechoslovakia, and somehow it got over the Hungarian side. I found some Jewish people who told me there is a Russian military camps. And they traveled to say, yeah, I went up to the soldier, said I wanted to go to Saget, Romania, and waited there for a truck. It was an open truck. It must have been January or February, cold like crazy. When he came to Town, Saget, I got off the truck. I looked around, and a couple of Jews came up and approached me and said, oh, this is Adler's son. Can you imagine? He must have felt. I looked up, and I'm telling you that there was a list of Adlers that were killed, in the concentration camps. He must have been. Who am I a disappointment to? The devil? Good. Not saying you're the devil, but seriously, keep it up. CW, they're gonna love you. Honest to God. Like, I mean, if you continue to think that you're gonna keep coming in here And I'm going to have compassion for what you go through, but you're going to come and say LOL to me when being friends with you is just harassing me more. It's not a reflection on you. They don't harass you. I don't see Obama. Oh, I don't know. Did she? I didn't see it. I don't see Obama always blaming you about her kid. It's me. I don't fucking know. I wasn't in there. I wasn't in that fucking live stream. That was you doing all that shit, not me. But saw me and you let me take the brunt of it. You let me take it. You do, you fucking bitch. You do. You do not defend me in the fucking least. And anytime I had been in your live stream, you'd block me and start screaming at me and saying some real nasty, rotten fucking shit. Okay? But to see you sitting there yelling at no BS while she's taking her dog to the hospital was really gross. That was fucking gross. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Everything doesn't revolve around you while you yuck it up at other people's fucking shit. I mean, shut up. Just don't worry about it. They're gonna love you. You can be the chomo of your dreams, because Bobbles is one. They love her. Sad. They recognize me, and they okay. Oh, this is Adler's son. They recognized me, and they told me that they saw my father at Auschwitz, and his leg was in a cast. So they did not probably like tell him the rest, you know. I was so hurt, you cannot imagine. So whatever they say, I didn't pay attention. And then they said, your two uncles are here, my father's brothers, and you have 3 cousins that came back. Janelle. You think it's funny people lost all of their family? I walked to my uncle's house in Sagat. Oh, and anybody who did donate to Kimberly, I want you all to know that she thinks it's funny to call somebody the name of their dead relative. But he got it. Okay. And then we went to my grandparents' house, and we got out everything that my aunt told me about. Okay, so he did dig up all that stuff that was there that the aunt said she buried, remember? But then the uncle took it on him. What a fucking asshole. But he's got it all, and he did not give me anything. I was there 3 days, 4 days, that's all. It's 6 kilometers from his house to where my cousins were. And meanwhile, they lost one brother, the youngest one. He died on the farm. So I came and I see them and stayed there 1 hour and said goodbye. What a fucking dick. He gets all the way there, tells his uncle about what the aunt told him, and the fucking uncle keeps it up. I mean, what the fuck? He's a young kid. I walked back with a cane. Thank you, Hidden Blessing. I walked back the same road, and I walked at night. My guardian angel and my God. He must have protected me every step. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. He must have protected me every step because you hear the wolves howl at night. Sagat is not far from the Carpathian Mountains. I'm the only one on a lonely road, and with every step, you hear the scrape of the snow and the ice. I walked 6 kilometers back to my uncle's, and the next day I said goodbye and went back to Germany. So where'd he go and then come back to? The trip was not easy. It was hell. I went from Sagat on a train to Setomark, which is 120 kilometers from Sagat. another big city in Romania on the Hungarian border. Then I took a boat across the river when it got dark. Then you go in the snow in the mountains and cross over the border from Romania to Hungary. The borders were closed, but I managed to get across. From there, I went to the DP camp in Graz, Austria, and on the weekly transport to Munich, where the train went back to Cham. Hell is not the word. I don't know, but I made it. Because I wasn't dressed for the weather, I got pneumonia and wound up in the sanatorium for maybe 3 or 4 months. And then they sent me away to the rehabilitation center, and it was Organization for Rehabilitation Through Training. I was there a couple of years, and I learned how to be a tool and die maker. Wow, that kind of sounds like a prison camp, doesn't it? Organization for Rehabilitation Through Training. So it kind of sounds like a labor camp, but no, man, that's fucked up. At least they were, yeah, I don't know. Then I registered to go to the United States. They held me back for a while because of my health or whatever. In 1951, I came with a visa from the United Service for New Americans. I sailed from Bremerhaven, a port in Germany, aboard a military ship, the USS General Creeley, for displaced persons. And then there was another story, a new chapter. I got on the boat, I go to heaven. That's all I know. I was very naive then, very, very hurt. I can't explain the word how hurt I was. And no family, nobody. And nobody to take care of me. Nobody to talk to. Nobody says nothing. But I did everything myself, and I did a good job. I did whatever I need to do. And I'm on this ship, and 3 weeks later, I saw the Statue of Liberty that day, and I said, we are here. And Janelle said, let me get a tattoo to pay homage to that fucker that waged a war on the world. Because I want to hail Hitler. Because I'm a bored bitch. I'm a bored bitch. Selling my pussy, not fucking paying my child support, letting the taxpayers, and then coming on YouTube years later with this cocky fucking attitude, calling people meth G, PEDO, and you think because you stopped fucking doing it, you don't need to fucking acknowledge that you did it and you feel bad about it. But you don't. You know why? Because you're a fucking Nazi. You love Hitler. You love the enemy of the fucking world. Anybody who lost any relatives and you gave her a fucking dime tonight, you better believe it ain't going to her. So if you gave it to her to support her anti-Semitism or to give her some money so she could get some fucking drugs, it's going back to fucking the kid and taxpayers. Because just like Crudely said, people need to let, these companies know. These, they need to know. Child support needs to know that you fuckers are helping her out with what she owes for child support. You're not getting any of that, Janelle. Don't be looking at Ulta shit. Your pussy's still for sale, okay? The fact that you fucking got fake tits, a bad job too, instead of paying for your kid. You'd rather live in your fucking car than get a fucking, you're a fucking lowlife sitting there talking shit about me. So, ironically, Janelle, they got Sander to Detroit, where the Jewish Family Service helped him with a room, clothing, bus passes, and job training at Wilbur Wright Vocational High School, where he studied math and designing for tools and die. He became a tool and die maker and worked for 2 companies for 30 years and the other for 20 years. He worked at General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. What did you do, Janelle? Diddle yourself? Then Heil Hitler. Listen, you don't get to come around and say, I just didn't like you, and start calling me a pedo without saying, you are not one, and I apologize. You are not on meth, and I apologize. I don't know for sure because I don't know you, but I was out of line saying that shit. That's what you need to fucking do, bitch. Then I ain't paying for your fucking kid anymore. Understood? He became a two. Okay, I got that. Motors, Ford, Chrysler. What a shame, too, because those are such Nazi companies. What a shame. That's a real shame. I'm sorry. That's a real shame. The only reason why they stayed running was because of the forced labor over there. Yeah. Sorry, I lost my place. Uh, okay. So, oh. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The guy went through all that. So if he worked for 50 years, right, 30 and 20, and some other smaller companies, and he was drafted into the U.S. Army during the Korean War and served in Germany for 2 years. You forced him back to fucking Germany? Couldn't draft a black person to go? The Jew that escaped from Germany with fucking uh, a scar from his belly button all the way, and a cane? You fucking drafted him? He survived and you sent him to fight bullshit? Right, Sparkle? You spat in this person's face. They spat in his face. That's terrible. That is terrible. Wow. He was drafted in the U.S. Army during the Korean War and served in Germany for 2 years. I can't even fucking believe that shit, sending him back. Fucking horrible. Bunch of fuckers trying to trigger people, huh? And in the reserves for another 6 years. So he volunteered to be in the reserves for 6 years. Have you ever done that, Janelle? Give fought for your country, or you just like paid homage and worshipped the person that your country had to go fight against? You fuckers giving money to her, you are unpatriotic. That's a fact. He is married to Ilana Abramowitz, and they have 3 children, Larry, Jeffrey, and Jennifer Rosenwasser, and 8 grandchildren, 4 boys and 4 girls, and all went to the University of Michigan. Many years later, I still was not ready to tell the story. When I got on the boat from Germany to America, I said to myself, here you are. You are going to a new country, the United States of America. And whatever happened in Germany, I left in Germany. Until they sent you fucking back, right? I came here, I started a new me. I said, this is where I was born. I was reborn in 1945, and this is where I think I was born. I made all my life all myself. I was a kid of 15 years old, 16 years old. I had nobody telling me, no, don't do that. No, don't go there. Don't go there. You know, what's odd and ironic is even though you're still alive and all his parents were dead, I'm kind of thinking you've pretty been absent yourself, right, as a parent, while the taxpayer pays for you, and then you sat there and you fucking sat there slandering me in your room. Don't go there. Don't live. Don't sleep. Don't eat. I did everything myself. I talked to myself. I lay in bed and I said whatever it was horrible. But I'm here now. And this is a new page in history for me. Oh, until he met some bitch who wanted to trigger him. And that was it. I got my job and I worked. I went to school and I did everything well. Could you imagine, Nitty, if he sat there bitching like you do? Can you imagine? But I made it, and I'm here, and I did very good, and that's what I did. I keep working, and that's it. Wow, Nitty, he could be like you and be like, those German people wanted to keep me down, and, all those people. Like, who's he gonna say? White or black? Because you both hate them. The Jews are just hated about a religion, you see. Could you imagine that, Nitty? That it doesn't matter. How about you, Tish? That it doesn't fucking matter what your skin color is. If somebody wants to sit in a bar and tell a bunch of nasty Jewish jokes, Jewish people sit there and endure them because nobody says, I can't tell a black joke. Black people are here. They don't say that. They'll insult Jews right next to them. But then they'll get murdered because they're not white, right? Black people don't like them because they are white. But it all boils down on their religion. Nothing to do with race. That's easy. Oh, he's black, we don't like him. They say we don't like that God loves them. We don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like that God speaks about them a lot. We're going to need to wipe them out because we're going to even have Muslim, like Nation of Islam, that fucking hates everybody, and we're going to support them even more. While Israel's trying to wipe out fucking Hamas with no help. You fuckers are just focused on the collateral damage. Hey, if you were worried about them before, now, you should have been worried about them before. Never forgive, never forget. Golda Meir. We never forgive and we never forget. So when some diddling whore with a bad boob job is going to talk condescendingly to me and put her stinky diddling finger up to her fucking and say, I'm German, what the fuck? With her Hitler mask, I gotta wonder, who the fuck raised you or didn't? But I will tell you what, every dime you got last night is going back to child support. Every dime. Don't fucking clock it for your fucking anything. Nothing. Nothing at all. Don't. Do not. Don't start thinking what you're going to buy with it. Don't start thinking what the future cash or super chats are going to buy for you. It's nothing. You Hitler-loving bitch. are paying child support. Because we know your friend's got a problem with anybody sucking out the system, right? That's what you want to do while you fuck people's husbands behind the scenes. You said it yourself. Most were married. You be fucking people's husbands. Here's the thing. You actually said, well, maybe if I had 5 bags of H and numb, have sex with me. You know, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You don't need 5 bags of heroin, even though I know you'd love them. But I don't care fucking how fucked up you were. You think I would touch you? You're dirty. The fact that you had a tone of like you were better than Tanger. And it's the one nothing to do with it. You fucking dirty diddling bitch. You're a pig. Oh my God. That's what's being exposed. That's what's coming to light. This bitch has no respect for America. She loves Hitler. Nah, they've probably already been douchebags like her. I really hope they keep giving her money because at least, the system can get back some of their money. Because she's going to be popping out kids to all kinds of different fathers and not taking care of them. Fuck that shit. Then thinking she's fucking going to get 300, 200, whatever it was on Cash App tonight. Don't think about what you're going to buy at Ulta, you irresponsible whore. I don't give a fuck if you want to pretend you're not still doing dates. Of course you are. How you buying all that fucking expensive shit, but you're living in your fucking car? Who fucking goes to... What mother? I've never even seen a guy go to jail. That's the thing, Yeah, they're just being themselves. They're just themselves. Oh, hey, Court. I'm gonna act like your yellow teeth that match Cheese Whiz is cute. Honestly, you better you think you're a little fucking... I could put one up too, where her teeth are the exact same color, right next to the Cheese Whiz can. No harm, no foul. Hey, if yellow is the new white, fine. If Tish TV thinks she's gonna come up and throw out the N word like she owns it, lie and say I called her the N word, lie and say, I'm sorry. She wanted to get it in a squirt can so she could act like she was given head. She was gonna squirt it into her mouth and try to be all sexual about it. Whores. 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 You know that people who are respectable look at whores like they are, and they also know what sober is. Nobody's falling for it that has a brain, and I'm so glad those people that think that they are going to love on Hitler and somebody unpatriotic their money's going right back to the system. You don't get to keep it, okay? Just like Prudently thinks she's going to run around and spin some lies about me, the truth about you, okay? You owe child support, and that's where your money's going. Every dime anybody gives you is going to child support now. You don't get to diddle yourself for money while we all take care of your kids. You Nazi-loving freak. I do believe, Sparkle, that Baba's pedestal broke. So now they just have to suspend her from the ceiling. Like a big old disco ball. While Chemist Chaz thinks she's going to call me forked tongue. But donate to anti-Semitism. Wow, they're suspending her from the ceiling because they don't want to get infested again. Could be because Bowers was letting her dog piss all over the bed and just throwing down a towel and waiting for Mr. Bowers to get home. Where's my nail file? Where's my nail clippers? I don't even understand how any of these motherfuckers thought they were going to run around bitching about me or anyone I know. Yep, exactly. Hit a blessing. The whole world is going to know that you, little old Janelle, don't give two fucks about who lost their life in World War II. You think you're sucking off the system, being the person some men stuck their dick into while they were cheating on their wife, fake tittied, no ass having. You look like anybody else who had 4 kids, really. Your tits are fake. So, like, don't pretend. Okay? I've seen fake tits, and that's a bad fucking boob job, by the way. But the fact that we paid for your kid so you could get a bad boob job, and then you literally thought that for some reason, I don't know, did you think that would all stay hidden? Is that what you thought? The fact that you don't care if you're like, well, hey, my mom did it. I may as well diddle. Is that what you're like looking for your kid? You don't know how to be better? You still think at 40 years old, you're fucking lying ass because you're not sober. I'm sorry. Any fucking sober person will tell you you are not sober. Okay? I don't care what one of your whore junkie friends, and I'm not calling everybody junkies, but, you know, junk is junk. Okay? And I don't even mean it like drug abuse. I just mean junk. Hey, I'm gonna diddle. I'm gonna diddle. I'm gonna diddle online with my big fake tits, and I'm gonna be offensive to people who I think I'm smarter than or better than. Hey, I don't care if I'm spitting in the face of America with my Hitler tattoos. Who gives a fuck who's died in World War II? Who gives a fuck? No, bitch, I give a fuck. Do not be eyeing that money as if it is yours. I'm very happy to the people who gave her super chat and know that all the money you give her will be going back into the system that she avoided paying taxes to and paying for her own kids just spreading her legs everywhere. Okay? Spitting them out randomly. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they seem to think they get to do. Like Chemist Chaz thinks she's going to spew some, religious on her channel. I think the bitch thinks she's doing something like, a mission from God. But I'll tell you what, Chemist, let me ask you, how many fucking times do you guys hear people bitching about anybody with, that's what is their subject of contention, is, I guess according to them, by now, proof for them would be me dead, okay? And even then, they'd probably doubt it. But they keep bitching about my energy and being up at night and this and that and the other, right? And what they're not getting through their fucking heads is, oh yeah, it's stage 4 cancer. Absolute. If I wanted to prove it, and if I had to prove it, I could. On the hair of everything I love. I wish it wasn't true. I'd give anything. I'd give anything for it not to be true. But it's true. I saw somebody saying, she defies human whatever. Right? Well, there you have it. This is by the grace of God. I will be here to see justice. I fucking will be. Trust and fucking believe. I will be here to see what Izzy looks like, and who she is, and who E-Beggars is, who Swiss Miss is, to see Bobbles and her fucking nasty-ass husband hauled off. Okay? Yeah, but this one is for a fucking purpose. I'm not saying everybody's isn't, but mine's that this is different. This is to see, to show you motherfuckers a miracle that's gonna fucking plow you bastards down. It'll be because of this energy that they keep fueling. They do. They do. Keep being bastards. Currently, you typed 3 words. SG is Satan. But prior to that, you said, Janelle, I think you can get no BS struck for her video. As if. So your little Bible lady, okay, Janelle, and you talking about me up there saying, I said this about God, and your whole chat saying, if I see her with the Bible, it makes me cringe. You know what? That was it. It was on. I can guarantee you, if need be, I will do this till the day you die. 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 Understood? And then you will say to yourself, oh my God, I can't believe I wasted my time on earth fighting this lady I didn't even know and doubting that God loved her. They truly think I'm a demon and God hates me and he's going to let me go. As if he doesn't have me in the palm of his hand. Now, if you want to make fun of me now for feeling this way, you want to say anything you want, Prue? You want to say something, Prue? I know you live in a very small town. I will put your fucking face on every lamppost, tree, storefront, everywhere. Your full name, and I will let people know that you are an anti-Semite, harassing, cyber stalking freak that has been teaching their kids. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Because my second resolution was no mercy. Was to keep the fuckers blocked that want to come in here and harass me. Because if you think I don't know that I still have ears, and there is good people listening, you're wrong, fuckers. And I'm not talking to the people here and that are listening. I'm not. I mean, I'm talking to you, but I'm not trying to call you fuckers. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean by now. I know everybody knows what I mean by now. Because I listened to a year-old video where these cocksuckers were still complaining about I'm not sick enough. And I said, here I am at stage 4, and these fuckers are still complaining. I'm not sick enough. That's just a number, fuckers. I'm not going to die from it. I'm going to watch you guys die. Because you're going to die trying to fucking doubt that God has me in the palm of his hand. You fuckers. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? Prudently, you fucking scrub. You're a fucking pig. And everybody in your town's gonna know. And it's only gonna take me a 20-minute drive, Prue. I'll stop at Staples. I'll get I will get thousands printed up of your face. And I will let people know what you've done. And I'll put my own phone number on them so they can call me and talk to me and meet me. I'm right here. I'll show them every screenshot. I'll go to your school department. I'll let people know who's teaching their kids. You anti-Semitic pig. You're a grown cyberbully. I don't know when you started, but you've been doing it a long fucking time. And T, shut your fucking mouth. I never called you the N-word, and you don't fucking own it. And who the fuck are you calling white trash? You better fucking calm your ass down over there, because I'm from fucking Massachusetts, cunt. You're from New York. Like I give a fuck. Act right. Janelle Diddlin on social media, knowing you popped out 4 kids. Still thinking you look good for having 4 kids. I'm sorry. Fake tits? Flat ass? Anti-Semite? Fucking tattoos all over? Thug life? Shut up. You look fucking road hard. That's what you look like. But as I said, Janelle looks pretty. Janelle looks pretty. Courtney's cute. Prudently's nice. Did I let Prudently and Kimberly come up here and fucking harass everybody who gave to that fucking scamming bitch's shit? So you and Prue can run a fucking scam? How much money did you and Prudently make? I know you made $5 a piece off me. Now the cunt wants to run around and fucking act like I owe her something. I don't owe you shit, Prudently. You're lucky to have known me. Because you know what? I hope you'll be a better person. Because you're going to see God work through me. And fucking how dare you call me the devil. See, God laughed at you when you said that, you fucking pig. God laughs at your Bible studies. God laughs at you spending $11 to send out your fucking nasty-ass Bibles with Joyce Meyer on the side of them, okay? That's what makes them nasty. You and your fucking pretentious, pompous cunt self talking about money but begging for your money back. That's what you are. You beg. You beg. You must have been broke after fucking you gave me $100 3 weeks later, and you must have been broke, cunt. So you decided you're adding that $75. Would you overextend yourself? Huh? Your hubby spend too much money on his young little chickie on the side? One who doesn't wear Birkenstocks or have a mustache? Huh? Prudently, your face all over your town. Where? Where am I going to put your face all over? I don't know where. Do you know where? All over. Keep fucking with me. And Janelle, you use your money that you made today to cover those fucking tattoos and publicly apologize to the world. Because if you don't, every fucking dime is going to child support. I don't know who you fuckers think you started fucking with, but man, I'm glad you did. Because I know that I know why I'm here. for a change. I used to wonder why I was born, and I don't anymore. Because there's too much fucking evil running around on this shit that either they get rid of all of it or they learn how to fucking police it. Because they're not leaving it up to us. Fuck that shit. Bunch of fucking cunts running around with stock accounts, 20 each. We'll never win that way. Never. Bunch of assholes with money want to throw it at fucking evil people, and YouTube doesn't care. They get their fucking caught. And in the meantime, the next generation gets worse. And the next generation gets worse. Well, you know what? I happen to love living in the world and people. So you know what? No. When I know for a fact I am no PEDO, I am not faking, I am not a piece of shit, I am a good person, and I am passionate about what I'm doing. You think for 1 minute some diddling fucking anti-Semite, and that's just one of them, is going to try to bring me down. A diddling anti-Semite that doesn't fucking pay for her kids sat there calling me a PEDO MFG. Oh, you don't do it anymore. Oh, because he's not there anymore. The guy you wanted to fuck. That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with anything. Nothing. KFC, you made up a whole entire fucking fake shit about Ellen. You even shared a video about me that a woman is listing shit as if she knows me from Scotland. You'll never know me. You live in the same country, but you're sharing some bullshit from a cunt in Scotland. For what purpose? I apologize to you. For what purpose? I don't know who the fuck these fuckers thought they were. You either, Nitty. Oh, Chosen One Community. I'm sorry. I need an interpreter just to read anything you write or anything. The only time you act normal is in Ollie's. And Ollie, you don't get it both ways. You don't get to give her pity for what happened to her kid, but not acknowledge what's going on with mine. You don't get to. I hear any of you fuckers talking about my kid again or my mothering when a bunch of fucking lowlife want to sit there and fucking talk shit about somebody who is confident of who they are. I know who I am. I know who you are. It's disgusting. Not everybody, though. That's why I'm here. So that we can all, people who are good, use this platform for good. We cannot turn away and let evil take over. It can't be done. That's not it. This is the battlefield. And you cannot stay quiet. You stay quiet, we die. Thumbs up. Leave comments. Thumbs up comments. Okay? Thumbs up. Watch how these fuckers operate with their fucking thousands of stock accounts so they can do all that shit. Because that's all YouTube cares about. That's it. All right? Well, then we need to do that. Is that really going to hurt you? To thumbs up comments? Thumbs up comments. Don't you see when these fuckers make bad comments over here, they'll get 30 comments. Because they are using their heads. YouTube politics, okay? No, it doesn't. But it matters to the people, the powers that be. Don't ask me why, but it just does. That's why Bobbles pops up, and she's so big, because she's got all those people with their 10 stock accounts each. You'll see a video of mine, I'll be lucky with 15 thumbs up. Cunty Ass's videos, 78 stock accounts, leaving comments, this, because they're playing YouTube politics. They're using tactics. They know evil, okay? Now, if this becomes international waters, then kiss the fucking future goodbye. This is the battlefield. It was given to us, free reign, police it yourselves, and that's what we're going to have to do. when they sit there saying, who the fuck does she think she is, telling people this and that? We're policing this ourselves, and that's the fucking way it is, and that's the way it's gonna be. You, Miss Diddler, all that money you made tonight is going towards what the taxpayers have paid supporting your 4 kids. Understood? That's it. That's it. Prudently thinks she's going to make calls to report somebody who can clearly prove they have cancer. Go right ahead, Con. That's fine. Please, do it. It's fine. I'll prove it. It'll be over. You bitch, though, over there, where evil is raining down money on you, that shit is once again going to go back to the taxpayers, understood? Because that is the real fucking fucked up shit. So we are all pointing it out. Because this is the fucking battlefield. And it ain't becoming international waters. Now, I don't know who the fuck these, like, diddlers think they are. Lowlifes, spreading their legs for strangers. You don't need 5 bags of heroin to do that. You're fucking proud of yourself. My God. What's wrong with you? Cindy, you should show your husband your friend Janelle's fucking page. You should. No, you should. You should. You should. You should bring her around your family and stuff. Come on. That bitch doesn't even know that that fucker that she worships, Hitler, would have killed her mixed kids. Yeah. So you wouldn't bring her around your house. Fucking Swiss Miss one, don't tell people what she does online. Because she's embarrassed of herself and her friends, and she knows it. Okay? That's a fact. I'll tell people, because you know what? This is the battlefield, and if we become silent, we will die. But you know what? Just playing the politics of YouTube and the tactics. So, what is it? The something of war, right? What is it? Something of war. That's what it is. This is it. The final frontier, motherfuckers. I'm telling you. Now, you either want to get pussies popping up in your feed and be like, what the fuck? My grandkids are seeing this? Or, I mean, seriously, are we supposed to provide for every kid in the world that their parents are going to just fucking diddle for money under the table and we can pay, you know? Or maybe they're going to drug deal and, you know, live in, you know, buildings that are unlivable, but pop lock it because they're getting $800 a month on food stamps or something, or have 2 apartments while they own property from their daddy sharecropping, while all of them sit there telling this cancer patient is sucking off the system. Yeah, this cancer patient's kicking your fucking ass. Peace, love, and tacos, you guys. And remember, steel sharpens steel. United we stand, divided we fall. And please, thumbs up and subscribe. It matters. It really does. Child support day for you tomorrow, Janelle.